This is self-empowerment, and welcome to the first episode of 2009. Coming up on tonight's show, we're going to be giving you 3 top tips using EFT to help set up your day so that you feel more positive. In the second feature, we're going to be looking at your point of focus, because that's what generates the internal feelings that you're experiencing now. And we're going to finish the show with a viewer's Q&A session. Since we released the pilot show, we've had many people come forward with many different questions. What I've tried to do is pick one of the most common ones and share that with you tonight. So, feature 1. Now, in this, we're going to be looking at the amazing technique of EFT. Now, EFT is a simple process of focusing your thoughts on either what you want to release or what you want to achieve, whilst tapping a few simple acupuncture points on the body. And what I want to share with you now is my 3 top tips to feeling good every day. Now, the first thing I want you to do is, before you go to bed every night, just take a few minutes to sit on the edge of your bed and just tap your collarbone. Tap lightly with the tips of the fingers all around your collarbone. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and just repeat this affirmation to yourself. I choose to release all of my fears and worries, and I choose to sleep well. I choose to release all my fears and worries, and I choose to sleep well. Do that for 3 or 4 minutes, take a few deep breaths, and then get a good night's sleep. Now, the key thing is, when you wake up in the morning, we're going to repeat the same exercise. So we get out of bed, we sit on the edge of the bed, we use the tips of our fingers, and we just tap. I choose to have a good day. Take a few deep breaths, smile to yourself. It's a new day, new start. I choose to have a good day. And I choose to see the positive in everything. Now, tip 3 is, whilst you're going through your day, if you feel a little bit anxious or a little bit stressed, simply go back to the collarbone and simply tap it with the palm of your hand or the tips of your fingers. And just repeat in your mind, I choose to feel calm and confident. Switch the focus. When you find yourself not feeling too good or your energy's dipping, just tap the collarbone. Smile to yourself and just repeat the affirmation. I choose to feel calm and confident. I choose to feel calm and confident. Now, if you can do this before you go to bed for a few minutes, when you wake up, and when you notice yourself feeling a little bit low during the day, if you can try that technique for 7 days, you will find that each day you are setting up your day. You are setting forth your intentions. 1, to sleep well. 2, to wake up feeling good and noticing the positive and having a good day. And 3, when you're feeling a little bit low during the day, you can reboost your energy by simply stating to yourself that you want to feel calm and confident, because all of your power is in the now. Okay, so we're going to move on to the second feature now, point of focus. Now, what you focus your thoughts on will grow and get bigger. It's the way it works in this universe. Our thoughts create reality. So if you look in the room around you, everything you will see started with a thought. Somebody thought about something, they designed it, they thought about it some more, and then they manifested it into the physical material world. So everything starts with a thought. Now, a lot of people have wrote to me and said they're feeling very fearful, they're worried about the credit crunch, and it really is, it's what your point of focus is, because if you're focused on all that stuff, then it's going to be generating negative feelings and stressful feelings. And it's been proved scientifically that if you worry and worry and worry and fear something, it grows. It doesn't make it any better. I think we've all proved to ourselves that fear and worry simply does not work. So, if your focus is on debt, worry, or fear, then you need to switch those thoughts. And an excellent way of doing that is, when you notice yourself feeling fearful, is just to consciously check on it. Say, okay, I'm worrying about things, I'm not feeling too good. That was then. This is now. And what I suggest to a lot of people is, get a black marker pen and write on the back of your hand, that was then, this is now. And when you're starting to have negative thoughts, or you notice that your thoughts are focused on things that you don't really want to be looking at, then try and consciously interrupt the thought process. Go to the back of the hand, that was then, this is now. And in the now, I'm simply choosing to focus my thoughts on something more positive. So change the energy, leave the room, put on some music, go outside, get some fresh air, just break state, change the energy and switch the thoughts. Now that technique has got a lot of feedback that I've given to private clients and also on the site mygenie.tv, and it works very, very effectively. And it only takes maybe a week to get into the habit of constantly saying to that internal orchestra, that internal meeting, that internal chatter in the head, that was then, this is now. And now I'm taking conscious control in this moment, and I'm choosing to focus my thoughts on something that generates joy or something that I want to move towards. Okay, the last feature is viewers Q&A. Now, over the last 2 weeks, I've had hundreds of emails come into YouTube asking for 101 different things that people want help with. But one of the most common questions that I found was simply, why do some techniques work for some and not for others? And this is a problem we get into a lot of discussion about, and it really is quite simple. The challenge people have is that when they go down the personal development route, they realise there's stuff they've got to deal with, they've got to confront, and they've got to release. And they then go out there and try a particular technique. Now, if that technique doesn't get the results for them, they're then going to tell others that that technique didn't work, it's rubbish, whatever information they care to pass on. And people come to me and say, well, I've tried EFT, it simply doesn't work for me, what should I do? And I simply say to people, well, try something else. And I think the key with this is to remember that when you look at EFT or NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, or various other hypnosis techniques or meditation, all of those things are external tools that we use to access our inner power. So EFT worked brilliant for me. I tried NLP and a few other things and found it very, very complicated. It wasn't something that I could do at home, but EFT was. And I soon realised that it wasn't EFT that was doing the healing, it was actually me. But the EFT was the tool that allowed me to access my inner power. And what I always say to people, it's got a lot to do with your beliefs as well. And if you don't believe any technique is going to work for you, then it won't, because your internal beliefs and thoughts are far more powerful than any external technique. So, to answer your question, it's really quite simple. Everyone is unique, everyone is different, everyone feels more comfortable with one tool or another. And with EFT or the balance procedure or NLP or hypnosis, they're all tools, external, outside of you, that will help you gain inner connection to your internal guidance. And never ever have this belief that somebody else is going to cure you, because nobody can. I've cured myself of some pretty major illnesses over the last 5 years, but I can't do that for anyone else. I only have power over my own physical body and my own ability to heal. Just like only you have the power to heal yourself. So what you have to do is go and find an external tool that really works for you. But actually you can develop yourself with no external tools, because the most powerful way to heal is your own thoughts. When you connect the pieces together, so you've not been feeling well for 2 years, so when you look back 2 years ago and think what was going on emotionally with me at the time, and you then make that connection with what triggered your current challenge, you can put the pieces together, and when you make the realisation in the mind, the unconscious can let go of it. The tapping will help, tapping will certainly help, but really it's your mind that is the most powerful. So I hope you enjoyed today's self-empowerment show. What I'd like to ask you to do is please spread this video, get the good word out there of this new show that's starting. I will be back in a few days with another episode with some top tips and other things that can just help you become that much more self-empowered. So this is David Childerley, and I'll see you on an episode later this week.